I'm talking of Mr. Robin Kissoon, who's a counselor, senior lecturer for lifestyle transformation, a program. He specializes in regression therapy, and perhaps one day we'll talk about that. Managing director at Lifestyle Transformation and Wellness Center. He is a senior lecturer there. He's worked at Nestle for about 26 years, with his strength and background being in engineering. He's also the managing director for Quality Quest Institute for Higher Learning. I tell you, he really wears a lot of hats, and he's been very instrumental in transforming lives and helping people to find themselves and to get back on track. And today he's going to talk to us about the power of the mind. Sir, good morning and a warm welcome.
Good morning. Good morning to our viewers too. So yes, we want to talk a little bit about the mind, Zelisa. We always hear people talking about the power of the mind and how powerful your mind is, and if you put a little effort and you use your mind, you can achieve anything, and all of that is true. But people just tell us we can do that, but they never tell us how we can do that, okay? One of the advantages of understanding how the mind works is it gives us an opportunity to use tools or techniques that can help us to transform our lives or to create the future that we want. So if I have to talk about the mind before I go into the mind, so today we won't go in depth into the mind, right?
Yeah.
Because we're going to do a series, and as we talk, we will build on all the things. I want to talk about thoughts first, because our thoughts are what drives everything, and
right.
our thoughts become things in our lives, right?
Yeah.
The mind is simply a bundle of thoughts, and if we can bridge that gap with the mind being this bundle of thoughts.
Right.
Imagine when you are carrying thoughts and you're holding thoughts that are negative thoughts, and it's not empowering, it's actually disempowering you, and it's creating the life that you are experiencing, but you don't know, you don't understand that because you're accustomed doing this. That's how you grew up, that's how you interact with people in your society, in your world, right?
Yeah.
Without even knowing that our thoughts are actually manifesting, it's creating our reality, right? So I just want to let's touch on thoughts, and then we will move from thoughts, and we'll probably talk about us as human beings and how thoughts affect us as a physical entity, right? And then we can build on that.
Mr. Kissoon?
So generally, when we think of thoughts, we can think of thoughts from two perspectives. One, we have what we call negative thoughts, and some people like to use the word positive thoughts, right?
Right.
I try to avoid the one with the negative thoughts, and I like to say that we have positive thoughts and we have other thoughts, right? Not to label it negative, because I'm trying to move away from us hinging on that word negative and building energy on the thoughts that we are carrying, right? Thoughts are highly contagious. That's the first thing we have to understand.
Yeah.
Thought is energy. I said I want to link thought, energy, and us as human beings, right? Every energy has what we call a vibration or frequency.
Right.
Okay? When you have energies within you, so when we talk about love, if you are loving, if you feel loved or loved, the energy vibration is a very high one. It's a subtle energy. So the frequency is very high.
Yeah, you're right.
That's when
in a
you
different
feel,
mood.
Yeah, you feel really wonderful. You feel light.
Yes.
You ever notice people in love, how they operate? It's as though there's nothing else out there.
They're walking on air.
Yeah, that's right. Then people say, la la la, when you come down.
And you see the glow.
So obviously, being in love has an effect on you.
Right.
Right? So it takes you to this place where you feel really wonderful.
Correct.
And you express yourself in beautiful ways.
Yes.
It's the best anybody will ever see you.
Exactly.
Right?
It's true.
Yeah. So life changes because of the thoughts you are carrying, and also the emotions, which we will talk a little bit about, and the feelings that you are generating within you, and that's the vibration and the frequency that I'm talking about.
Right.
What's the difference? Let's look at negative thoughts.
Right.
Like anger, hatred, jealousy, all of these things.
Hurt,
pain, suffering, depression, anxiety. All of these things, they take you to very dense vibration, the very dense frequencies, right? And it is so low, right? It gets heavy on you. You ever hear people say, boy, you walking around with baggage. When we look at you, you look as though you're carrying the world.
Yes.
Right. Why is that so? People can actually see it because the body is always a reflection of what's happening in the mind. Body follows mind. And that's the first thing I want our audience to capture. Your body follows your mind. Okay? So everything takes place in the mind. And what is the mind? The bundle of thoughts, right?
Right.
And yes, that is the correct thing. But then somebody out there will look at us and say, well,
you can do that, but I can't do it.
Are you all in some kind of dream world there?
Right.
That's not as easy as you say.
Agreed.
And the answer is true.
Agreed.
It is not as easy as we say.
Yeah.
But
so how do we, okay, it's not as easy,
right.
but we can do it if we want to, which brings you back to your control of the power of your mind.
Right, that's right.
How do we do that?
All right. So the first thing you have to do is to establish within yourself that every single thing that is happening to you is just an experience. First thing.
Right. It's going to pass.
Right.
It's going to go.
Yeah.
Okay.
But your life is not your life situations. And when I say that, what do I mean? The things that are happening as you are going through life.
Right.
From womb to tomb, if we can use that, or from
Good.
the cradle to the grave.
Right.
Or from birth to death. Anyone you choose, right?
Yeah.
As we are going through that and going through the process of life, there will be many experiences as we go through life. What we have learned growing up, and that's where our problem is, we learn from our parents, we learn from our teachers, we learn from our religious setting.
Right.
So what we didn't realize is that we became our environment. And our environment is a combination of all the people, the things, the home, everything, where you live, the settings, everything, right?
Correct.
And we are a product of our environment, right? So what happens wholesale, we become them or our environment. And if your parents was limited in their thoughts and beliefs, if they were always holding the thought, well, we are poor, we always had it hard, we were never able to enjoy things, and they sing that story long enough for you, through the repetitive hearing it over and over and over, it starts settling in your subconscious mind. I said I'll talk about the mind, right? And the subconscious mind is so powerful because all of these things are going into your subconscious mind, and repetitive things over and over into the subconscious mind, they become programs. So we are actually being run on programs. We don't understand that. We may not understand this language. I have no money now.
Right.
So that's a worry. So that carries my frequency low, as we said, right?
Right.
Because you start thinking, I don't have, lack, fear, all those things start coming in, and those are very low vibrational energies. So your body start vibrating and start feeling all of these emotions associated with those low frequencies, right? If you go into gratitude now and say, you know what? I thank God for life, which I have today. I woke up this morning. Thank God for my health.
Yeah.
Right? I can go out there and do something.
Yes.
Thank God we have food on the table right now that we can have, right?
Yeah.
Maybe later we don't know, we'll have to see. But right now, we have a meal. And
Right.
we have, you understand?
Yeah.
So there are so many things that we could be grateful for.
Yeah.
The air that you breathe,
Yeah.
nobody charges you for that.
Right.
The guy up there doesn't say, well, Zelisa have, so much liters of air for today. And if she uses it up early, then for today, that's it, she will die or something,
Yeah.
He has abundantly blessed us with air that is so free, right? So there are so many things that we can be grateful for. The moment you start going into gratitude, instantly your vibration starts changing. It starts
Right.
lifting your frequencies. You start getting lighter. You start feeling happy
Yeah.
or joyful. And then everything starts changing. And that's a simple way that you can use, a simple technique that you can use to shift your vibrational energy to a higher frequency.
And we're going to talk about that power of the mind.
So let's just go with the first one, negative thoughts. And what are they? Sometimes it's very hard to tell people, hey, you're thinking negative, because to be able to differentiate a positive thought to a negative thought, when you're in a good space,
Right.
that meaning that you are all about life, feeling really wonderful like what we are doing here now,
Yeah.
it's easy for us to look and say, hey, they are stuck in negative thought, right?
Right.
Or their energy is low, or vibration is low, and that kind of thing. It's very easy for you, even, anybody. We go into a room sometimes, and instantly we can pick up oh, bad vibes, I don't really want to go
Right.
there. You go in the bank, there are so many tellers,
Yes.
and you automatically look at one and say, I don't want to go there.
Yeah, please don't let me go there. Don't let that number come because I don't want to go there. It's
right?
true. That is
Right.
so true.
Right. Why? Because somehow we are picking up energy, right? And we are reading into people's energies, right? And we are understanding they right now is not a good place, so we don't want to go that place,
Right.
okay?
Yeah.
So, for the person trapped in the negative thoughts and behaviors, the patterns, it's very difficult for them because they now become normal with that way of living and experience in their life. So to just stand up and say, well, them being negative and, they should change their mindset and why they don't go out and do this and why they don't go out and work and why they don't be better, that's just lip service. Because as you work with people and as you understand the mind and you understand how difficult it is to change, all right? You will stop saying these things about people. And then you will just understand, hey, I just need to do something different for them to
Yeah.
help them
Yeah.
to shift their energy,
Yeah.
or shift their thoughts
Yeah.
from the thoughts they are holding on to. So let's look at these negative thoughts. One, it carries your energy and frequency very low. So
Right.
vibrationally become heavy, dense.
Yeah.
A depressed person wants to be better. But something in them do not help them to get up, to move, to walk, to exercise, right? To go out there and be positive, right? And it's this chemical that is affecting them, right? That they say that depressed have their body in this very, very dense energy. It's so dense that it is difficult to even animate the body to move
Yeah.
it, okay? When you understand that, you don't go to them and say, hey, you need to get out there and go. They'll tell you, yes, I know. And when you walk out, they don't do anything because it's just... So the positive thoughts and those thoughts of being in love and everything is chemically controlled, right?
Okay.
The brain secretes certain chemicals into the body and your body is a chemical reaction. Nice feeling on a high, whatever, right? When people talk about things like serotonin and those kind of things, right?
Right.
That gives you that nice feeling, right? When you go into depression or broken relationship, is a different chemical
Yeah.
that goes through your system, right?
Right.
Okay, good. For people who don't know or don't know how to counsel or to shift people,
Right.
they will keep them there. So you are you're heartbroken and you start talking to your friend, you call your friend or your mommy or something. What are they going to tell you? They are going to tell you things that keep you trapped. So you're on this low frequency, negative energy, and they start feeling sorry for you. Oh, Zelisa, I really feeling so sorry. He shouldn't do you that, and and what they do, they continue to keep your energy low by telling you all these things and feeding into your thoughts and your emotions, right? And they keep you trapped in that place. Now you come to somebody like me who do counseling, and you tell me your story, and most of the time you know how I operate. I don't even listen too much to the story because I don't want to give energy to the condition. But what I do is I look for a window within that conversation where I can shift your energy. Okay? And I'll tell you sometimes how I do with people. Somebody might be crying, and I just say something and they smile.
Yeah, I've seen that. I've seen that, yeah.
And once they smile, that's a window of opportunity for me. And I might say, hey, wow, that's a beautiful smile. Right? Sometimes I get animated, and like I remember one girl, she was so bad, want to end her life and all kind of thing. And I saw that smile and I said, oh my God, stop. So she was like looking at me. I said, no, stop. And I did my hand like this and I said, that is a moment I want to capture. Give me back that smile.
Yeah.
And she said, really? I said, you have the most amazing smile.
Yeah.
Right? And I started describing that smile for her.
Yeah.
And then she started lighting up and smiling more, right? And I says, that's what you need.
Yeah.
Right?
The simple thing is that,
Yeah. And do you know that
that's
started to
empowering
shift?
energy.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
empowering. And
Yeah.
started to shift her.
Yeah.
And then I would say other things and then I would build on that. Okay, and that's where I start injecting now some positive thoughts and
Now-
some affirmation. Right. So the victim game again is associated with our negative thoughts, right?
Right.
So we see the world differently and we think that everybody should give us something or a particular person should do this for me or treat me this way or respect me or whatever, right? Once we don't get that, we go into victim mode. And the
Right.
victim mode is this negative energy and mindset which our body follows because as the body follows mind. So the body starts reflecting you're a victim, and you start going down, feeling real depressed and
Looking
lonely,
for every
and
excuse
everything,
in the
right?
book, yeah.
Right. But the universe is so amazing that it always gives you back what you are putting out there into the universe.
Right.
So if you are throwing negative thoughts out there, the universe is just reflecting back to you and multiplied also, because that's the secret. Because even like the Bible says, what you give out come back to you, right?
What you give is what you're going to get
Right.
in return.
But it also says it comes back tenfold,
Exactly.
100-fold.
And I have always said that a relationship, any relationship, father, mother, sister, brother, wife, husband, friend, what you put in is what you're going to get in return.
Right.
Now, there are people who will argue with me about that.
Right.
That they're
So-
given everything and they're getting
Right.
licks, no tail, and they're getting all kind of, yeah.
Again, is the mindset, right? So in this victim mode, and you sending that energy out into the universe, it's going
Yeah.
to come back multiplied as one.
Right.
Second, everything in the universe is built on opposites. So I have a right hand, but there's a left hand.
Yeah.
There's front, but there's back, right? There's top, there's bottom, right? There's light, there's dark. There's right, there's wrong. There's hot, there's cool. Just to understand
Right,
all the
that's
different
life,
things, right?
yeah.
If you choose to be victim, right, and you go into this victim role, the universe must send to you what we call a perpetrator.
Right.
Because somebody must be there
Uh-huh.
so that could fulfill that role of you being the victim.
Right.
If we don't have the perpetrator here, you cannot be a victim,
Correct.
right? And if you don't have no victim here, the perpetrator doesn't exist,
Right.
right? So they both need each other in order for you to have an experience, right? So, within your place
Yeah.
or space.
Yeah.
And you don't want to really continue like that. As I said, there are negative effects to that. The body will also go through the experiences that you have here in the mind. Okay? And this is how people become sick or become diseased, right? Because first it starts with the thought. A negative thought brings about negative emotions or feelings in you. So how you think and how you feel is how you're going to act. So your actions follow only after you have the thoughts and the
Yeah.
feelings or emotions, right?
Yeah.
Right. So if you, how you think, you feel, and you act, create an experience in your life, okay, and the experience is disempowering, okay. If you continue holding on to the same thoughts, you're going to have the same experiences, and you're going to have these same kind of chemicals driving the body, and you are trapped now in a cycle.
Right.
Thought, feelings, actions,
Yeah.
trapped, right? And it's like this, a repetitive cycle, okay? In order to change, to shift from where you are to somewhere good, you have to change something out of these three.
Right.
Okay, it's not easy sometimes to change the actions, because actions don't come by themselves.
Right.
They come as a result of these two.
Uh-huh.
So we could say head, we could say heart, and hand is action, right? Head, heart, and hand, right? So we have to go above, either from the heart, change how you feel, or change how you think.
Right.
The easiest thing to do is to shift your thoughts. Because if I'm thinking negative thoughts, and I just simply decide to do so, what we call affirmations, which are affirmations is every word you say, but they are positive affirmations as well as negative affirmation. So if you say I'm sick, or I feel sick, you're going to get sick, because that's what you are saying,
That's
right? If you say I'm poor, you're going to get poor. If you say nobody loves me, guess what? Nobody's going to love
Nobody's
you.
going to love you.
Right.
You're so
But-
correct.
Right. But change it now, and you simply say, I am happy. Immediately saying that, change how you feel. It makes a little, if it's a little switch, the feelings start changing.
Yeah.
Once the feeling starts changing, your actions will start changing, your body will start reacting differently, and your experience changes.
Yeah.
Okay, starts changing. It might shift a little bit. But you say something else. So you say, I am happy, I am blessed, I am beautiful, I am loved, or I'm special, or something, anything you want to say that's positive.
I'm going to get this job.
Right. You know, I have...
Am I correct or wrong?
Yes.
Right.
I always tell people, grace is proportionate to effort.
Okay.
If you make no effort, don't express grace. Grace can't come.
I endorse
Right?
that.
Right. So you make the first step. You start
Right.
doing something,
Yeah.
and then something will start happening,
Yeah.
right?
Uh-huh.
What I advise people not to do is do not speak, and this is where language is important.
Yeah.
And as we go later on in this series of talking here, I will build on all these things.
Yeah.
If you say, I will get something,
Uh-huh.
you are talking about the future.
Yeah.
The future is tomorrow. Tomorrow never comes. We don't know when that will come.
We do.
If you build your things on something that you are not sure when it will come, it will continue to be out there somewhere and you would not experience it, right?
Right.
So language is important, and
Yeah.
language also changes the whole concept I thought about your thoughts, your feelings, and your actions, right?
Right.
If you say, for instance, you have something, okay,
Mm-hmm.
we were taught, hey, if I hand you something, some water, a glass of water,
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
you will tell me thank you.
Correct.
So we get something and then we become grateful.
Grateful.
We express gratitude,
Uh-huh.
right?
And when we are grateful, we get rewards
For being grateful, right? More things come your way, right?
Right.
But here it is. The same way you will say thank you after you have something, why not do it before? So Lord, thank you for my protection. Or thank you for the meals. Or thank you for my salary. Or thank you for this amazing relationship. Even though you don't have it, eh? And somebody will say, well, I don't have it. Yes, you don't have it. But remember what I said, body follows the mind. Okay? So if you start building it in the mind, you start experiencing it in the body, in your reality.
right,
Okay?
yeah.
Now, just think about this, your house. You are building a house. Where does everything start? You get up one day and just start building the house? No. You start first imagining it, thinking where I want the house to be, if I could get a piece of land in this place or wherever, right? If you can't create it here,
Yeah.
how will you experience it out here? Right? Remember what I said. How you think, how you feel, and how you act. All three, they become your personality. That's who you are.
Right.
Okay? And your personality becomes your personal reality. So what you experience in your life is as a result of the personality that you are.
Right.
Which is a combination of how you think, how you feel, and how you act. Change this. How you think, feel, and act. Your personality changes, your reality changes. Eh?
That's
Right?
true.
That's how powerful all of this is.
That
So if
is
you
very
shift
true.
from negative thought to positive one and you start doing all of these affirmations, your body starts feeling the difference, because now it's a different set of chemical going into you.
Yeah.
Right? And then you become very optimistic, you become very positive, you become very hopeful. Then you start experiencing different things in your life, and then you realize the world loves you, the universe loves you, everything is just happening effortlessly for you. And I am telling you, I have experienced that. I have been in the corporate world, you know that.
Yes.
I was senior management. I walked from the corporate world to do what I'm doing,
You
to
walked
help
away.
people to
Exactly. Thousands and thousands of dollars a month
Right.
you made. Let's
Salary
face
was
it.
big,
Yeah.
yes.
Yeah.
And I walk away from that to do what I do.
Yeah.
To help people, to teach people, to transform life, to make a difference, to counsel, right? All the energy healing and everything, right? And I am telling you, I do much more. I make much more in the sense that this universe has blessed me with so much. Because when your vibration is high, when your frequency is high, right? You attract by virtue of the law of attraction.
Yeah.
We are always attracting things to us vibrationally. But you could only attract in your life what you vibrate at, nothing else.
Exactly.
Right? So imagine that. Your heart start vibrating higher, nice higher frequencies. You start attracting higher frequency things. The job, the people, the situation and circumstances, everything changes for you.
Stop feeling sorry for yourself. Stop
Yes,
it.
stop it.
Stop it. This is a program, Conversations with Zelisa, Mr. Director. And of course, we're going to go to a short break, taking some important messages, and we will return right after these messages. Stay with us.